So it's been a long time coming. The last time I painted the whole bus was 2006. So that's we're 14 years ago now. I touched up the front end. It was getting pretty bad a couple years ago. I guess it was 16. So that's like more than a couple now. It's 4. But the inside needed some work too. It was last vamped in 2006 as well, and when I got it, the cabinets and everything were all already in it. Everything was in place. It just needed to be hooked up. And I did that and built a booth. But I changed that in '06 because the kids were a bit older and everything. So I've torn quite a bit of it apart in here now. I got rid of the big table that was here, and the seat along the side. I still have all the cushions there. I'm just going to repurpose as much of the parts and everything as I can. Got the stereo in it now, but I'm going to have to pull everything out, because when I got this wall apart, I noticed a lot of yuck. So that all has to be dealt with. I got these pieces out of here now. They're just slowly picking away at it, carefully, without damaging anything. I'll be able to repurpose a lot of it, but we're going to put a queen size bed in it instead of the double, and there'll be some sort of a provision for a bit of a bathroom or porta potty or something in here. And this will just all kind of get squished back towards the stove and that. I might shorten that cabinet there a little bit so that the seat can go back a bit farther, because as I get older I need a little more room. So yeah, just slowly picking away at it. And fridge, all that stuff still works. It's nice, but time for a rechange. The roof was starting to peel pretty bad, as you can see there. The first coat over the original enamel was latex, and it didn't stay. I didn't put it there. Alright. I got that bed situation ripped out of there. Now I'm just working on getting the rest of these cabinets. They are glued and screwed in every direction. Keep tearing away at it. Last bit of stuff to go out. The cupboard's gone. I have to get a shot of all of these nails. I don't know how that'll show up. It's just furry with nails. They're sticking out everywhere. Think of all the time it took to drive all those little nails by hand. So now we got air nailers and staplers and stuff that just twack it all together in seconds. Wow. Well, go rip some more. That paneling there was there when I got it in '96. I mean, it was fine for a while, and then I painted it in '06, I guess. So this hasn't moved since the '70s. This thing was supposed to have, look at that, pretty gross. You. Out. Nasty old insulation out of there. Ah! Frig. You. Yeah, I almost expected worse. This isn't too bad at all. A little bit of surface rust on everything, just like the other side. But I think it's a good idea to clean all of this out. Remove everything. Maybe even put it back together with some, or delete that. It's another good radiator though. It helps with cooling the motor off when you have to climb in the big hills. Yeah. Bring that piece off now. All those pieces and stuff. Good lord. I've got that little switch box electrical thing out of here. I'm sure glad I never tried to hook any power up to it. They're just all cracked and just shot. This one's alright, the piece of house wiring, that's fine, but this one isn't too bad. But these guys, I think that's like a big extension cord that he wired it with. In the 70s. I got a few more pieces off. Starting to look a little more see-through now. Gotta remember to put that in void airspace above where the fridge was. Back in there. It's gonna have to be all new material though. This stuff is just nailed and screwed in so many directions that I don't think I'll be able to use it anymore. She was sure built. Cabinet is gone. Water tank. Well, it's not gone, but it's not where it was anymore. Almost into that wall. Let's put the wallpaper there. It's from the 70s. You can see a little bit of stuff, my stuff from the 90s. The little white flowers. Might leave that one. Might just move it back 6 inches. And it won't be so easy to bang in the head. Well, that's all ripped out. The first chunk of the floor ripped out. At least the stuff I put in. How long ago was that? I don't remember. 96, I think. Now I think the next step is to get that seat out of there. I want to move it a little bit further away from the fence so I can get in it delete that hole. That one, don't need those. And that heater hole is going to get closed up. Weld some new metal into that. Fridge stays put. Grill above it stays put. Stove is going right back where it was. The sink is going to move closer to center of that window. So, yeah. So far so good. And the next piece of floor is out. Wonder what we'll find under that old original wood with all those blasted screws holding it down. We'll see. A little bit more hair to go. Pretty hard to get in on the action of the big hammer and all the wedges underneath. The plywood, original plywood, was screwed down to the metal floor with great big cap screws, and then they glued the linoleum over it. So it's pretty hard to find the screws, and even if you did, the heads would be all rotten and worthless anyway. So it's just a matter of keep pounding wedges in until all the screws basically tear through the plywood, and there you go. Ooh. Let me put this big one under there. Well, that piece is out, and underneath is a lot of rust, but just goes to show you how thick this metal was in the beginning, because over here we're cleaning up pretty nice. I'm going to sweep all that stuff out of there. Yeah, that's all pretty solid still. So, get to ripping and cleaning. Well, I got it up off the floor anyway. There was a huge pack rat nest down right down in there. It's 6 inches deep. Fluffy stuff from seats and chairs and I don't know. Every screw decided to be nasty. I got it a good 6 inches in here now. That's nice. I'll be able to clean that all up. I can get the last piece of wood out of there. And then I just got that stuff in the back there. Look at how it's like bare metal in spots. It's not even rusted. This sheet metal hasn't seen the light of day for 60 years. And it's like still new here and there. That's all going to clean up nice too. I wonder what it's like back here. I know I had to throw a patch in right about where that chair is, but we'll see what that looks like too, I guess. Yeah. There. All the old plywood is out. Except for one little piece. Right in there. And that's going to come up tomorrow. I just got to cut it around that copper pipe and it's coming out. So that's it. And all in all, it's in pretty good shape. It's rusty, yeah, but solid. Really solid. Any holes or holes that have been drilled for mounting things. Tomorrow I'll be working on taking down all those screws. There's an awful lot of them. Got that heater hung up. Out of the way, I'm going to get the hoses up there a little bit more. That one hung up nice. Got the front of that remaining cabinet off, out of the way of cleaning up the floor. Can't believe that there's still metal in spots that is like new, untouched. 60 years. Like, looking forward to getting it all trimmed up and wire brushed. Take it from there, eh? It's going to look pretty nice. Alright, a little quick update. This is the next day. Still going to get that piece out of there. But you can see where I've been cutting and grinding all the screws. There's a couple heads left sitting there. They're loose. Everything else is coming along pretty good. Just the first pile. That's from the whole back half. I was going to set it up and get some spark action, but I don't want sparks all over the camera and everything. But I'll just keep at her. Pretty soon we'll be able to sweep the floor with no screws sticking up. Well, it's starting to clean up pretty nice. It's a heck of a lot better than it was. It's nice and smooth now. That wire brush on the grinder there was pretty good. They go one way and the other, back and forth. Yeah, it's cleaning up pretty nice. Just got that. That can wait until tomorrow. My back is just killing me. So, but yeah, bloody amazing what kind of condition it's in. There's some pretty deep pitting here and there, but the metal was so thick to begin with that any of the holes that you see right now were drilled on purpose. But yeah, it's cleaning up pretty good. Nice and solid. No holes. I got the back bit all wire brushed this morning. And then it started to rain. Closed everything out. Now I can see where it leaks. There. And I know these stupid roof vents, they leak like a stove. This one's splashed all over here. I'm going to get a new towel. Clean this all up. Just had it to rain. Now they've got it all ripped apart and ground down to bare metal. Of course it has to rain. But whatever. Need a couple of new vents, eh? Drip, drip, drip. Alright, well, I'm gonna go get some towels. It's about as gutted as it's gonna get, really. I gotta clean up the walls a little bit. That'll be in the next video. I want to get this floor sealed, but I can't do it while it's wet. Get all that cleaned up. Alright, it's towel time.